Welcome back. In today's video, I'm going to talk about the cards that I use when traveling to avoid foreign exchange fees. I'll also show you a couple of other options in case you're not happy with the ones that I use. But first, what are foreign exchange fees? Basically, those are just fees that a financial institute charges you for converting your Canadian dollars into another currency. And so when you use credit cards abroad, generally they're going to charge you about 2.5% in fees to convert from Canadian dollars to that local currency. And if you've watched my videos before, I'm not a big fan of paying unnecessary fees, so I've found ways around paying those. The next thing I should note is that when you are traveling abroad, even though the US dollar is widely accepted by many countries, it is generally smarter to pick up local currency. I know when we go to Mexico, we go to Mexico quite frequently, and they see us as tourists all the time, and what'll happen is they'll offer their services in USD, and because we don't carry USD, we ask what it is in the Mexican peso, and when you do the conversion, it's a lot cheaper when you use the local currency than it is if you used the USD. So what is it that we do when we go traveling? Well, I used to just go to the bank. I knew I needed cash in Mexico, and so I went to the bank and I would ask to order some Mexican pesos. Because I live in a small town, they didn't have the Mexican pesos there. They only carried USD. So it would take about 5 business days for the Mexican pesos to come in, and then they would charge me a fee. And I'll show you an example of these fees here. So here on Xe's website here, you can see what the exact currency conversion is. I just took $100. So if I wanted to convert 100 Canadian dollars into the Mexican peso, you could see that I would get $1,215.65 in Mexican pesos. Now, on TD Bank's website here, they had a user-friendly website, so I'm just going to use them. And you can see that for 100 Canadian dollars, I would get $1,152.87 in Mexican pesos. So I'm losing about $70 in currency exchange there. And it doesn't sound like a lot, but that is actually 5.9% as a fee that they're charging you. So if you take out more money, so if you took out $1,000, they're going to charge you $59. If you took $10,000 and converted it, you'd lose $590 in exchange fees. So I did this once and I wasn't satisfied with what was going on. So I looked around and found some ways around it. And if you've watched any of my videos before, you know I'm a big fan of the EQ Bank card for traveling. This is a fantastic card. You get all your currency exchange with no fees at all. And so we use this card for getting cash. And so what we do is when we go to, say, somewhere like Mexico or the United States or something like that, we can go to any ATM that is available down there, and then we put the card in and we take out cash. The only fees that are associated with it is the ATM fees. And generally these work out to between $2.50 to $3 Canadian for the fees. And so what we do is we take out the maximum that we can. So generally in Mexico, again, for example, most bank machines allow you to take out between 6,000 and 9,000 pesos, depending on the bank machine that you are using. And so if you pull that 6,000 to 9,000 Mexican pesos, that works out to be about $500 to $750 Canadian right now with the conversion. And so that works out to be about 0.3 to 0.6% in fees in total, rather than the 5.9%. That means the bank's charging you 20 times more in fees for getting cash at that bank. If you don't have an EQ Bank account, but you do have a Wealthsimple cash account, their card works the exact same way. Both cards, the EQ Bank card and the Wealthsimple cash card, are both prepaid MasterCards. So do be aware that you do need to top those up before withdrawing any cash. They both offer no foreign exchange fees. And both of them, the only fees you'll pay is the ATM fee in that country. The EQ Bank card and the Wealthsimple cash card are both fantastic options. I highly recommend you carry one with you, and we use this for our cash withdrawals. The other card that's always in our wallet when we go traveling is the Home Trust Preferred Visa card. This is the only card that I could find that had no annual fees and still had the no foreign exchange fees as well. So this has been a fantastic card. We've had this for several years. This card used to be a lot better than it is now. This card used to give you free roadside assistance. They used to give you 1% cash back on all purchases. They've since now gotten rid of the free roadside assistance. They now only offer 1% cash back on Canadian purchases. So anything you buy in the US or Europe or Mexico, wherever you happen to be, you're not going to get that 1% back. But you do save the 2.5% in fees on the foreign exchange. So this card is still well worth it to have with you while traveling. Another option for you, if you don't like the Home Trust Visa, is the Scotiabank Passport Visa Infinite card. This card gives you several reward options. If you shop at Sobeys, Safeway, IGA, Foodland, Co-op, something like that, they're going to give you 3 scene points for every dollar you spend. You get 2 times the points when you eat out at restaurants, grocery stores, other grocery stores. Again, lots of perks to this card. And you can see you earn scene points for every transaction. There's no foreign exchange transaction fees, which is what we're looking for right now. You also get 6 complimentary airport lounge access passes, which is also really nice. The big drawback to this card though is there is an annual fee of $150 for every year. So just be aware of that. If you're going to use this as your no foreign exchange fee credit card, then this should be your daily driver. It shouldn't be a supplementary card. We only use the Home Trust Visa when we go traveling or when we go on US Amazon or something like that and make a US transaction. So we rarely use the card. So we wanted a no annual fee card. So there you have it. If we want any cash for any local areas, then we use the EQ bank card. We also have the Wealth Simple cash card as well. And both allow us to pull out cash from ATMs with no foreign transaction fees. And then we use the Home Trust Preferred Visa for any purchases that you can make with a credit card. And there's more and more places in Mexico that are allowing credit card purchases, but there's still several places that still only take cash. So that's why it's important for us to be able to pull out cash for free as well. So I hope this video has helped you see some ways that you can save on foreign transaction fees when you go traveling. And if you've enjoyed this video and would like to stay informed of some of my other ones, please subscribe below. And as always, have a wonderful day.